Hello and welcome to the Mindset Model Podcast, the house of good vibes and unicorn energy. I am your number one hype girl, cheering you through the game of life. On this podcast, I'm here to help you unleash your best self, to bring your dreams to life using the art of manifestation and spirituality. Let's create magic. Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of the Mindset Model. Now in today's episode, this is one of my absolute favourite topics which not many people think about when it comes to manifestation and mindset. And this is self-image. So grab yourself a drink, a tea, a coffee, a Prosecco, whatever you need. Also, grab yourself a notebook and a pen because there will be questions and reflections at the end. Now, because self-image is such a massive topic, I could literally talk about this for 1,000 years. I could go off in all sorts of different tangents. I'm actually going to create this into a bit of a season. And it's going to include things such as self-image, self-love, self-acceptance, self-discovery, because the secret of manifestation and creating your best life starts from knowing who you are on a soul level and loving who you are. That's where the magic starts. So you can literally have all of the business plans, the strategies, the ideas, the platform, the money you want. But if you do not believe in yourself and you do not have the right self-image for this, it will be a real tough ride. So let's tap into this and make sure everyone is embodying their best self-image. So in this episode, I am going to be sharing my oh my God moment of self-image, of how I was actually sabotaging so many opportunities in my life because of the image that I held in my mind about myself, and how actually changing this image massively up-leveled my life. And I'm going to give you some techniques today on this podcast of how you can actually check in with your self-image. Now, self-image is how you see yourself, and the vision of yourself will project into your reality. Self-image is made up of beliefs about ourselves that we actually think are true. Now, question these beliefs. Most things that we actually believe about ourselves are from other people, and they are not a genuine truth. And I was listening to something the other day that, did you know that I think it's something like 82% of our thoughts and beliefs are from other people? That is wild. So where does self-image actually come from? So we develop a self-image as we are growing up. Through school, what people tell us, from TV, social media, basically bloody everywhere. We are programmed, we're taking things on, and we are engulfed with information every single day from all angles. So it's really important you have an awareness about this. So I have got so many personal stories about self-image, but I'm going to tell you one of my absolute favorites today. I love this story. It's just crazy. So when I was in my 20s, I was actually offered a modelling contract, which is amazing, absolutely phenomenal. You know, not many people can say that, you know, they were, you know, had the opportunity to do this. So damn exciting. And I was whisked away to Antigua to do a beach shoot. Oh my goodness me, it was amazing. And then a couple of other really amazing shoots came up as well. And I was like, oh, this is it. I'm going to be the front cover of Vogue. I'm going to be a top model. Move out my way, the runway. I'm coming for you. I loved every second. But then I started feeling a bit of a resistance. A few blocks started coming up. And inside, I had a deep desire. I loved modelling. I absolutely loved it. But I couldn't understand why I felt this resistance. I didn't get many jobs after that, and the castings that I actually went to, I didn't get. And I know, modelling is a very difficult industry, but there was more to it. I knew deep down there was more to this. And that is when I started looking into mindset, and it just clicked. I had in my subconscious mind the most craziest beliefs about myself. I had subconscious mind programming from school, from growing up, that was actually preventing me from going any further. So if we rewind back to school times, when you're at school, it can be a bit of a brutal place. So I believe that you had to look a certain way to be accepted. And because I didn't look a certain way, I didn't look like the other students, I actually felt less than. I felt really unworthy. And also because I wasn't like very academic, like I wasn't in the top sets getting A's on everything. I wasn't with the intelligent students. I actually created a belief that I was not going to be successful when I was older. I'm not going to go to university, and I'm just going to be a piece of shit. So this is the belief that I created. I mean, at school, I had this pineapple hairdo going on. I was overweight. I was quite frumpy, and I got quite big feet. I got size 9 feet, and there's these other girls going around with their lovely, dainty size 4 feet and their buffalo trainers. And there's me with these fucking flippers. So, I mean, shoes were quite limited back then for people with size 9 feet. And I had these sandals from Clark's, which were absolutely hideous. But, as I said, pickings were slim. And I remember going to assembly, looking down at one of the supply teachers. She had exactly the same sandals on as me, and I was so embarrassed. You know what it's like when you're a teenager? I must have been about 13 or 14. I was like, I'm wearing the same fucking sandals as this 80-year-old supply teacher. What the fuck is this life? And then don't even get me started on the school bags. So there was this whole thing. The smaller your backpack is, the cooler you are. I don't know where this even came from. And obviously, I had this ginormous practical bag. It was like a breeze block. No, it was a fridge that I used to walk around on my back, ugly as shit. Like, there's no words to describe this. And, I'm very, very grateful. But also at that time, being a teenager, I was not cool. And then just to top it all off, there I was on my way to my German lesson. The German exchange teacher came in, Herr Schneider, and he was wearing the same bag as me. I know. So I created this image at school of being this awkward, uncruel, frumpy, butch creature. That is what I genuinely believed. And I was like, wow, I had no idea. I was literally keeping this belief in my subconscious mind. Then I changed my self-image. Magic happened after this. So 2019, I got a modelling job doing Gok Wan's fashion show. Now, Gok is an amazing fashion icon. He did that amazing show, How to Look Good Naked. He loves to empower women to feel their best self, and I was so excited to be put forward and chosen for his one size fits all fashion roadshow. A really, really great opportunity and a really, powerful message to all women out there. So I was like, at this time, because I was really into my mindset study, I was like, right, this mindset shit, if this is real, I am going to change my mindset and I am going to go to this show confident. I'm going to dominate that runway. I am going to be emitting supermodel energy. I felt so good. So for the rehearsals backstage, Gok was not too happy with some of the walks. He kept getting some of the models to do the walks over and over again. Then all of a sudden he said, Sarah, can you show the girls your walk? So I'm looking around the room, who's this Sarah bitch? And realised he was looking at me. What the hell is happening? Yes, everyone, gather round, watch Sarah. And I was showing the other models my walk, and they are asking me questions and all sorts. So the super awkward frumpster is being asked to showcase her runway walk to the other highly professional models. Oh my goodness me, this shit is real. That was an absolutely mind-blowing moment for me. I had changed my identity and my self-image. That day is evidence for myself and my subconscious mind that self-image and the way that you talk to yourself is everything. So let's change the story. Now, another thing I will say about self-image is actually linking into words. Now, did you know that the words you actually use carry a frequency that can actually change the molecular structure of, say, water? I know it's madness, but this is a proven scientific experiment. I bang on about this all the time. Check it out. It's Dr. Emoto's, I hope I'm saying that right, water experiment. Now, he is a Japanese scientist and his experiment is amazing. So he basically put some water in a vessel, whether it was a jar or glass, who knows, can't remember. And he put this water in a room where he played on repeat lovely things like, I love you, you're amazing, you're intelligent, you're fabulous, all lovely, lovely words. And then in another room, he put another water vessel with negative words like, I hate you, you're evil, you're terrible, and all sorts of things like that. So after some time, he went back and looked at these water vessels, and they had actually changed. Nothing else had happened in that room, nothing had been added to the water, nothing, just the words. The actual molecular structure of the water had changed. The nice words had lovely patterns within the water, and the bad words went all gross. Can you believe this? Now, humans are made up of something like 60% water, something like that. So choose your words carefully. They are very powerful and they will really, really help to elevate your life, or they can sabotage your life. You know that whole that saying at school, what was it? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, sorry, mate. I'd rather have the sticks and the stones. Humans give words meaning, and meaning creates an emotion. Now, these emotions, they emit a frequency, and frequency attracts things. And, you know, this creates your reality. So have a go with me. So when you say things like love has a feeling and it feels good. If you say things like hate, that has a feeling. If you say something like puppy, the meaning behind that, the feeling behind that, a lovely puppy. But when you say something like earwig, I have a thing about earwigs. Earwigs, I am not excited for that. Or, some people have a fear of spiders or giant centipedes. Oh my goodness me. When you say you are confident, how does that word feel to you? When you say demotivated, can you feel the difference in these words? Very, very powerful. So, how the hell do we do this? How do we change our image, our self-image? How do we even know what our self-image is? Your self-image is reflected in your reality. So however your life is looking right now, if there's things that are going not so well, a lot of that is reflected in the way that you see yourself. So I've got a couple of points here for you to have a little reflection on. So first of all, the number one thing to do is your awareness check. Check in on yourself. What are you saying to yourself? What stories are you telling yourself? Are you looking in the mirror and saying kind things or critical things? The critical things that you don't like, that make you feel bad, what would be the opposite to this? That's the first thing. Keep a journal, check in with yourself and find out, different areas. What are you saying? Let's change the story there. The second thing, which was really helpful for me, is an evidence check. The The subconscious mind loves evidence. So if there's people in your life that you look up to, that you think, wow, they're amazing, these people have certain traits that you really want. Now, I personally love Ashley Graham. Now, she is a plus size supermodel, and she is evidence that you can be a plus size model and absolutely smash it in. And it's not her looks that have given her supermodel status. It is her image of herself, her confidence, her energy, her attitude. She believes in herself. She has gone into the industry, a cutthroat industry, a curvy woman, and she has taken on everyone. She's been front cover of Vogue. She's done Sports Illustrated. She's done Victoria's Secret, like all of the things. Absolutely amazing. And that is just because she believes in herself. Another beautiful human that I love, Ed Sheeran. I loved his documentary on Disney. So inspiring. Haven't seen it. Go and watch it. So imagine if he said, oh no, I can't record my music because I'm ginger and I like wearing t-shirts. Can you imagine life without Ed Sheeran? And it's just so powerful, and it's proof and it's evidence that you don't have to look a certain way or be a certain way to be successful, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to create an image, a self-image that is in alignment with what you want. So other things that you can be doing is affirmations and ask-formations, which is a new thing that I've learned about. You can actually reprogram your subconscious mind by using affirmations like I am confident, I'm powerful, I'm empowered, and it's all about repetition. And I will go into a lot more detail with this as well. So another thing, number 4, is visualizations. Now, the next episode, I'm going to go into a lot more deeper into this one. But visualizing is so powerful because the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's real and what's in your imagination. So this is a powerful tool we can tap into. Also, check in. What language are you using on a daily basis? Again, going back to the words, are you using language like this is excellent, fabulous, amazing, I feel good, I feel powerful, or are you using things which are on a lower frequency? I don't feel great today, or I don't know if I'm going to get that done. Check in with your language. Also, what are you consuming? Who are you around? This is so powerful. So if you are scrolling through social media, I personally don't watch the news, because as soon as I turn the news on, everyone's dead, everyone's going to die, and we're all poor, and it's the end of life. And I personally don't see how that is going to help people. I think people need to really take a step back from that and focus on what they can control. Who are you around? What people are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with people that have confidence, embrace their authenticity, that aren't comparing themselves to others? Or are you around people who are body shaming themselves, who are unmotivated, saying things like nothing ever works out for me? Be very, very careful with what content you're consuming and who you're spending your time with. So finally, some homework for you. I would love you to do something this week that is out of your comfort zone, that is in alignment with the self-image that you want to embody. Who would you like to be? For example, if you want more confidence at public speaking, maybe that you are in a job where you've got to do presentations, prepare yourself to do an Instagram or a Facebook Live. Build that confidence, bite the bullet, just do it. Do it. It will make you feel absolutely amazing. So that is just a little bit of a snippet into self-image, a few things that you can be practicing over the next week. And in my next episode, I will be delving deep into visualization. We will be doing a bit of a practice and how this can help elevate your self-image, lift your mood, and set you up for the best day ever. So if you loved this episode, please subscribe, follow me, leave a review and share it with everybody, especially with anyone who is struggling with self-image. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to use kind words, people. See you in the next episode. Take care.